Hi guys.
Hey there.
You're not gonna do the hands?
No.
You're not gonna do the
Small hands. My small hands. No. Hi.
hi. Happy Monday. For those that were celebrating Yom Kippur, we hope you had an easy fast and you enjoyed a delicious meal. We did, and I'm probably gonna go and enjoy it again in about an hour or so.
Mm.
So, just want to say hi, and if you guys are coming on, please say hi and where you guys are coming in from. Please tag some teammates, share this video if you choose to do so. And, what we wanted to talk about today, and the importance of having three different content vehicles. Now, you don't have to have all three of these, but it's really important for people to choose one, two. Why are you smirking? What's so funny?
Because I was laughing so hard because.
What did I say?
No, it's perfect. You're like literally, because I was going to say, you don't have to have all of them. And you went, you don't have to have all of them. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yes.
you don't have to have all of them.
Sorry.
You you
I was
you
like, we're on the same page.
you briefed me before. But you need to choose one of these three. Now, for me, I have all three, but you don't have to. So it's always best to start with something rather than starting with nothing. So why don't you just kind of break down the not what they are, but the importance of having content
Yeah.
vehicles when you're growing a business.
Yeah, no, totally. So, yeah, no, I kind of was laughing because I debriefed Scott before this, and I was like, it's really important that we at least choose one. And the whole point is we don't want to overwhelm people, because content creation can be hard enough, right? It gets to be a lot, right? And I mean, trying to post all over the place on social media is hard, and so the whole point of kind of this conversation is we want to give you the option, right? There's three different main content vehicles, and we're going to go through what those are. But the whole point is you can pick one of them, and that is your foundational content for everything else that you create, right? So without saying what they are, again, you're taking this one vehicle and one thing or whatever to post on, and you're breaking it up into the rest of your content.
Now, the point of this is it's not just social media. There was a time where social media was the main content vehicle that people were using, but it's become saturated. Everyone's doing the same thing, but you need to have something else riding alongside of your content vehicle of social media that you can send people to, or they can learn more about you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a blog. Now, a lot of people may not know what a blog is. So Nancy, why don't you kind of explain what a blog is, and for the network marketers, the business coaches, yo Joe Alonzo,
Yeah.
the importance of a blog. So
Yeah,
what is a
so
blog, Nancy?
blog we can also call article. Okay, sometimes people resonate better with that, right? So I'm going to give you a little example. Blog is my favorite, okay, because the other two that we're about to talk about, I want to hold it. So anyway, the other two that we're about to talk about, you can actually create from the content from your blog. So again, my number one choice would be, and this is what I always recommend to my clients, write a blog post, one a week, right?
So for people that, where can they write a blog post? So like what, do they need a website for this? Is there a place where they can just go and start their own blog? How does someone start
Yeah, no,
a
that's
blog
it's a
post?
good question. So
Thank
even
you.
if you don't have a website, again, you can call this an article. Now, your blog post or article could be something. Let's say you didn't have a website and you didn't post it on your blog on your website. It could be a LinkedIn article. Okay. So, Scott even has articles that are a couple paragraphs long. That's fine. It doesn't have to be any specific thing. The blog is usually an educational, a how to tips, something that you're helping to kind of bring awareness to your audience, right? You're talking on things that they're usually searching for. I actually have a whole SEO exercise, and I'll kind of share with you guys a couple tidbits, right? Like, if you're trying to come up with,
Because it just looks like a white
Okay.
piece of paper you're holding.
So anyway, like, a couple tips that I have are literally like, what do you want people to search for whenever they're looking for your product, service, or thing, right? What are they searching for? So, that's where I usually have my clients start and write down like 3 things. What keywords do you want to be searched for? And here's the whole point is you pick out these 3 keywords and you can kind of even break those down even bigger. I do like a whole mind map. It's pretty cool. But let's say, like for Scott, right? He is a LinkedIn expert and coach. What are people searching for when they want to find Scott?
How to use LinkedIn, creating leads off of LinkedIn, and what to post on LinkedIn.
Right? So you can even break those down even more. What is LinkedIn? Why is LinkedIn good for your business, right? And you kind of break off of those subtopics, and it helps from an SEO standpoint. Whenever I say SEO, that stands for search engine optimization, and it helps you create content that when you put it on your website, your LinkedIn, wherever, your blog site or whatever, it helps people who are looking for what you have find your stuff. And the cool thing is too, at the end of every blog post, you can put a call to action, right? So the call to action could be schedule a call with me, message me today. It could be download my free whatever. It could be anything, but the whole point is you've now created this really cool piece of content that has something to do with what you do or what you offer. And it's now out there. And that blog post can be turned into so many other things. And that's why, again, I used to teach with my clients, and we're going to talk about the other vehicles. Sorry, I'm like hitting stuff again. I used to teach my clients, go do this, go do that, go do whatever. I now have every single one of them start with a blog, or we'll call it an article, but I always have them start there because it makes you really think about things that your audience wants to know. It gives you that opportunity to really write out the content, kind of form some structure around it, and be able to explode it from there.
A lot of people say, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. And it's just because you haven't started and you haven't tried. The fact is that we all have great value and great content inside of us. So from a network marketing standpoint, I'm going to use just Isagenix as an example. They're a health and wellness-based network marketing company. So what are people searching online that relate to Isagenix? How to lose weight, how to build lean muscle, the benefits of healthy supplementation, other income streams, something like that. So now I can write some articles based off of what's helped me lose weight, or the supplements that have helped me, or the additional stream of income that's helped me. And you're the authoritative figure. You know how it's helped you. You don't have to be an expert to write a blog or to write an article. It's all opinion-based things. It's all things that you've experienced, and all it is taking it out of your head and then onto a piece of paper. And that's so important because people don't realize the power of search engine optimization, especially in this saturated digital world that we're in, to have some sort of edge or advantage where your articles, your blogs are coming up is going to give you more visibility, which is going to make you even more of an authoritative figure. If you don't have a website, you can use LinkedIn and write articles on there. That counts as a blog because you can share it, and it does show up on Google and Yahoo. Blogspot.com is also a free forum where you can actually start your own blog and share them on there. And then obviously there's a URL that you can share across other social platforms where people can then read your blog. So a blog is so important. And I'm just going to give you an example. If you write a huge blog or article about 4 keys to losing weight and keeping it off, that all could be broken down into multiple pieces of content. Those 4 tips can be individual posts on other social media, or you can then create that blog into number 2, a video. Nancy?
Yeah, so I actually have a workflow that I use with a lot of my clients, and it's literally you start with a blog. I know you can't say it. I keep holding it.
You got to get it closer.
Okay, here. All right, you start with a blog. You write that blog again once a week, and you can do this like literally if you want to plan for the month. Just grab a white piece of paper. Week 1, 2, 3, 4. what is your blog topic? How are you helping? Again, you're providing value to your target client. Create one blog post a week, and it doesn't have to be this long story, okay? It could be a couple paragraphs, right? Do an intro, tell a little story. Hey, you know what? Have you ever thought about this, right? And go into your blog post, share maybe 2 or 3 takeaways, have a conclusion and a call to action. That's it, right? Now that you have your blog, you can now go, and I have a program. So there's a couple different programs you can use. And I'm like the tech nerd, so I know like everyone you can use. If you literally go to AppSumo right now and go and download the program, it's called BigVu, and it's BIGVU. And Scott's going to type it in the box. So anyway, what it is it's a teleprompter app. So I don't know about you guys. Scott is so good at doing Facebook Lives on the fly. I have to prep, right? Or else I'm off in left field. So this app helps you take your blog script. You actually copy it, you put it in the blog script, and then you set your phone up on a little tripod or however you want to prop it up. It reads through the teleprompter, it reads your blog, so you can read the blog and you don't look like a robot, I promise. You actually go through and it's like, hey, how are you? And you can walk through. It allows you to add your logo. It has a business card at the end where you can say where people can find you. It has subtitles. It's pretty awesome. And you can actually resize to the different formats that you have on social media. And the thing is you've now taken one piece of content that's pretty juicy, right? We know it's SEO optimized if you're really thinking about the right things. And then you're turning it into a video, okay? And again, video content is key. And guess what? If you keep it under 10 minutes, you get to post it where?
On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn, yeah.
So the idea is, and I was thinking about this as Nancy was talking about it. So to give you guys an example, maybe you guys have a specific morning routine that you follow. You wake up at a certain time. Maybe you do a little prayer. Maybe you meditate, you work out, you have a healthy breakfast. You can write a blog on your morning routine that has helped you. Now, when you write this blog, you can then take that blog and you can create that into a pre-recorded video or even a Facebook Live. And you can say, hey guys, just wanted to come on here and give you 3 keys to a successful morning routine based off of what's worked for me. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And you can even, if you want, you can take the hyperlink to your blog, put in the comment section of your Facebook Live so you can drive traffic back to your blog. Are we doing it again? Yeah. So it ends up being a lot. But anyway, video content is so big. And you can, again, you can just do blogs. You can just do videos. But the third and final thing, which is my favorite, which I wish more people would do because it is so beyond powerful, a podcast. There is no better way. There is no better way. And just to kind of give you an idea, I just released podcast episode 198 today.
Woo-hoo.
So next week, episode 200 comes out. And for the network marketers that may be watching this, Fraser Brooks is my guest, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. But here's the thing. What I can do now, I can go back and just because I'm a little bit of a tech nerd as well. So basically, I can go and I can download the audio portion of my podcast that maybe I talked about doing 3 things to create a healthy morning routine. I can use a website called otter.ai where I can take the audio and it transcribes it for me into a Word document. Then I can download the Word document. I can go in, space it out, edit so it's in blog form, post it as a blog, but also I can post it as an article on LinkedIn, but also I can chop it up into smaller other posts that I can put on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, but even do it as a Facebook Live or just a general video. So podcast, I know a lot of you guys may be thinking like, well, I don't even know what to call my podcast. I don't know if I have that much to say. Trust me. Nancy and I were doing a little walk this afternoon, and I said to her, I'm like, isn't it crazy that, like, 198 episodes have been done, because in the very beginning, I said to her, I'm like, I don't know if how long I'm gonna be able to do this for. I might run out of content. And literally, these are all notes for upcoming episodes for my podcast, and it's literally about 30 or 40 different episodes. So having a podcast, which I think we have to do like a Facebook Live just on podcasting, because there is
easier than you would think it.
It's not as difficult. Like, yeah. I still do it myself. No, I edit my own podcast. I load it. Like, I have episodes, I told Nancy, preloaded until February 4th of 2021. They're already preloaded and ready to drop. So podcasting is just so powerful because it's your voice. It's the way that you can build that know, like, and trust factor, and anyone can do it.
Yeah. No, so honestly, the one thing that I'm so fired up about and that I try not to overwhelm people with is, let's work smarter, not harder. And like Scott said, whether you do it backwards, like that's what we do for him, because he is a guru at actually pumping out content. He's better on podcasts and on video because he kind of lets it pour from his heart. When it comes to blog posting though, right? If you actually start with your blog and you highlight those things, because in my experience, I work with a lot of clients who aren't so good with off the cuff. I mean, Scott, I really think that you're like a special guy, because I mean, he pumps out content like crazy. I'm like, whoa, like that's magical. But like a lot of people can't come up with stuff, as quick or be as succinct and get their point across and communicate so effectively. So the whole point is if you write this blog out and you're thoughtful about it and you have those bullet points, right? Intro, guys, 3 bullet points in the middle and that conclusion and your call to action, that's it. And you write one of those a week. You can even batch it, write 4 in a row, right, for the upcoming month. And you have those 4 blog posts that not only, and I think I forgot to mention, but that blog post now can be a newsletter. Okay, because you can write a little like, hey, heads up this week, article, okay, here's highlights going on in the business. And then it can also be, okay, so we said blog post, we said newsletter. It can also turn into a LinkedIn article, okay? It can also turn into a video topic. I actually have an accountant who I work with. He actually turns his blog post into a newspaper article. He's like, all right, well, I'll write the blog. It'll be a newspaper article. And he does a Facebook Live every Monday on the topic. And then, like Scott said, it can turn into a podcast. So in a very non-overwhelming way, at the very least, if you can just write, on 4 blog topics to help your target audience, your people that you're trying to speak to, come a little bit closer to you and gaining that awareness in what you do and providing yourself as a solution, that's what it's all about.
And again, you just have to pick one. Start with a blog, start with making video content, start with a podcast. And once you start creating that content, you're going to be able to do all 3 eventually. So guys, thank you for joining as always on this little Monday edition of Scott and Nancy's Business Nuggets, I guess. Anyway, have a great rest of your evening. And again, for those that did celebrate the holiday, hope you guys had an easy fast and you're having a great meal. And we will talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.